Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's community stream. If you missed it last week, my name is Sarah. I'm the new marketing director for REVN, and I am joined by Samus.
Hey everybody, we apologize for the technical difficulties we had last week with the community stream. As you can see, we're back in the video studio here, and we had to figure out some issues with bandwidth and dropping frame rates and things. Hopefully today's stream is a lot better. If you have any comments or feedback on that, please let us know in the chat. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, let's jump right into everything that is new this week.
So the new content features, I can't see that screen, that we have this week are going to be the friend referral system actually being live. So you'll be able to go into the profile section on the homepage and then click within the friend referral tab. And you'll be able to enter in the friend code of the person that referred you, which is just their username.
Yep.
And then
real straightforward.
Yeah.
As you can see here on this screen, I've already redeemed a code, but there will be a text box where you can just type in the name of the person that referred you, and you will both get 500 credits as soon as the new player wins their first game.
Sweet. That is.
Yes, that'll be live on Monday's patch, patch 15.25.
And then we have some lighting improvements, particularly with the sky.
Yeah, so we've been working the last couple of weeks on updating the lighting and the skybox, ambient lighting and atmospheric lighting, basically every type of lighting in the game. So you can see in the upper left, there is the old lighting from 3 weeks ago, and then the screenshot in the bottom right is the lighting. Wow, the lighting that is going live on the patch next week. So there is much more clear sky. We're also adjusting some of the washed out elements of the lighting. And some of this was live in patch 15.24 that you guys got to play on earlier this week, but there are some more changes coming next week that'll make it even better.
We've also got a new emote system coming. We got a good slow clap here for you.
Jake's been working really hard on these. We've got so many emotes coming. I think we've got a series of them coming out on our Instagram page. So if you want to preview those there, I recommend checking out the Ambitious Devs Instagram. I'm sorry, the REVN Game Instagram page will have some previews of various emotes dropping
over the Twitter.
And the Twitter. Twitter REVN Game handle as well. We'll also be showing some of these previews over the next few days. The emote system itself will be coming out in a couple of weeks. We don't have an exact release date on that, but a lot of the emotes themselves are finished now, as you can see. We're really excited to get these out to you guys because it's going to add a new way to express yourself in the game.
Stat changes. Want to go on this?
Yeah. So we've been hearing a lot of feedback over the last couple of weeks about the game's balance, particularly weapons, sniper rifle, everybody using the assassin edge item and crit items, and the smart gun ability. All of those things combined were super strong. They basically defined the meta for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And so this is our next attempt at bringing them back into balance with other playstyles in the game. So every crit item in the game is getting a nerf, primarily in the amount of damage that they grant. The bonus damage percentage is being brought down pretty considerably. And if you're interested in what that looks like, you can check out the patch notes, which are already live on the revngame.com website. Assassin Edge is also having its bonus weapon power reduced. That is both the amount of weapon power it gives you as an item, as well as its triggered ability when you burst somebody as an assassin. That both of those amounts are going down. And then Smart Gun is also having an increase to its cooldown. A couple of weeks ago, we removed all of the bonus damage from Smart Gun, and even that wasn't really enough to balance the ability. So we're also increasing the cooldown, so it's a little bit harder to rely on that ability to get you out of every single fight. And then this last one is a buff for every character in the game. We are increasing the amount of max HP your Revenant gains per gear level. So as your character levels up over the course of the match, you gain more maximum health. Previously, it was, I want to say, 25 health per gear level, which is not a lot, given that the assault rifle does like 80 damage per shot. So we're upping that to 50 now. We're doubling the amount of health that you gain over the course of the match, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this, monitoring it, and potentially increasing it more next week if this isn't enough to make players more healthy in the late stages of the game.
For major bug fixes this week, your weapon icons will now refresh when you start the game with a favorite weapon. We fixed the permanent incendiary effect, fixed bugs with the flamethrower, freeze ray, and heat ray, causing them to never unequip.
We should have like switched spots. Do you want to switch spots for this? Is that easier for you? Let's try it. We're already like here.
That's funny. Enrage now prevents abilities from being cast during the charging animation. It's done. We didn't need to move.
Well, let's go back to the other slide. We can talk a little bit about what some of those bugs mean for players. Last week we had a new feature rollout that was kind of stealthily launched because we weren't sure if it was going to work. Favorite weapons for loadouts. This is something that players have been requesting for a while, basically ever since the loadout system came out, which was about 2 years ago. So now you can set a favorite primary weapon and secondary weapon for each of your loadouts, and when you start the game with that loadout, you will automatically have those weapons equipped. Really nice quality of life feature that Austin finished last week. And there's a small bug where the icons for your guns would not match the actual gun you were using. We fixed that in this patch that's coming out on Monday. Permanent incendiary effect, that is for the incendiary rounds ability, so that ability will be returning next week, as well as flamethrower, freeze ray, and heat ray, 3 of our most popular mage caster abilities. They had a bug, like it says there on the screen. Once you cast it, you could never put it away, and that meant that you couldn't use your guns ever after you started using that ability, which is pretty bad. So we got those bugs fixed yesterday. Patch is going live to re-enable them. And then Rage is also coming out with a very, very small balance change bug fix so that while it is being cast and your character is doing the animation, you can't like layer other abilities at the same time. You could do some kind of cheeky stuff where you would start casting Rage and then also cast like Healing Burst, attack ability at the same time. And one of the ways that we are balancing a lot of abilities now is limiting how many things you can be doing at once. A lot of abilities deal damage, and if you can cast like 2 or 3 damage abilities at the same time, you're able to do like a burst of like 1,000 damage in a single frame. And that's obviously really hard for players to respond to and counter that. So this is part of our solution to that problem.